Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to learn English by listening to the inspiring life story of one of our greatest heroes. Since you're here to improve your English, I've got a super simple method for you. When I start the story, just read along with me while listening to my voice. It's that easy. As we go through the story together, you'll naturally pick up lots of new words and grammar. And by the end, you'll notice your English skills have improved without you even realizing it. Today, we meet Serena Williams, a girl who learned tennis on broken courts. Courts surrounded by gangs and violence. A girl who was told she didn't belong. Too black, too powerful, too confident. But she didn't listen. She became the greatest. 23 Grand Slam titles, millions inspired, and a revolution in women's sports. This is her story. Chapter 1. The Courts in Compton. Serena Jamaica Williams was born on September 26, 1981, in Saginaw, Michigan. But her family moved, when she was a baby, to Compton, California. If you know Compton, you know. It's not Beverly Hills. It's not Hollywood. Compton in the 1980s was rough. Gang violence, poverty, drugs. Not exactly where you'd expect a tennis champion to grow up. Tennis was a rich person's sport. Country clubs, private lessons, expensive equipment. But Serena's father, Richard Williams, had a plan. A crazy plan. He had never played tennis himself. He learned by watching videos, reading books, studying the game. Then, he decided. His daughters would become tennis champions. All 5 daughters. But especially Venus and Serena, the youngest 2. Richard took them to public courts in Compton. Courts with cracks in the concrete. Broken nets. No grass. Just hard pavement. Sometimes they practiced while gang members watched. Sometimes they heard gunshots nearby. "Keep hitting," Richard would say. "Don't stop." Serena was 4 years old, holding a racket almost as big as she was. Her father fed her balls, again and again. "One more," he'd say. Always one more. Her mother, Oracene, watched carefully. Made sure the girls studied, did their homework, stayed focused. "Tennis is important," Oracene said, "but education comes first." Serena practiced every day, rain or shine, hot or cold. Sometimes people laughed. Tennis in Compton? Black girls don't play tennis. They should play basketball. But Richard didn't care what people thought. He knew his daughters were special, especially Serena. Even at 4, she was fierce, competitive, hated to lose. "She has fire," Richard said. "You can't teach that." Chapter 2. Moving to Florida. When Serena was 9, the family made a big decision. They moved to Florida, to a tennis academy, a place where champions trained. Finally, proper courts, professional coaches, other talented players. But it wasn't easy. The academy was expensive. The family struggled financially. They lived in a small house. Money was tight. But Richard and Oracene sacrificed everything for their daughter's dreams. At the academy, Serena faced new challenges. Other parents looked at her differently, whispered, made comments about her hair, her body, her power. They said, "She hits too hard. She's too muscular. She's not ladylike." Even at 9 years old, people were trying to make Serena small, to fit their idea of what a tennis player should look like. But Serena's parents taught her something important. You are perfect exactly as you are. Don't change for anyone. Use that power. So, Serena did. She hit harder, ran faster, played stronger. While other girls were delicate, Serena was a warrior. Her sister Venus was amazing too. Older by 15 months. They practiced together, competed together, pushed each other, made each other better. Some people tried to create rivalry between them. Who's better, Venus or Serena? But the sisters refused. We're family, first. Competitors, second. That bond never broke. Chapter 3. Turning professional. In 1995, when Serena was 15 years old, she turned professional. Her first professional match? She lost. Badly. But Serena learned from every loss, studied her opponents, worked on her weaknesses, came back stronger. Her breakthrough came in 1999. Serena was 17 years old. She won the US Open, her first Grand Slam title. She beat the world's best players with power they had never seen. Serves over 120 miles per hour. Ground strokes that left opponents frozen. A champion was born. But the tennis world wasn't ready. They praised her talent, but criticized everything else. Her hair in beads, her colorful outfits, her confidence. They called her intimidating, aggressive, arrogant, words they never used for white players. The racism was constant, sometimes subtle, sometimes obvious. At one tournament, fans booed her, called her names, made her cry. But Serena kept playing, kept winning, kept proving them wrong. Chapter 4. Dominance and Struggle. Over the next decade, Serena dominated tennis. Grand Slam after Grand Slam. She and Venus often faced each other in finals. The Williams sisters, making history, breaking barriers. But success came with pain. In 2003, Serena's sister, Yetunde, was killed. Shot in Compton, the same neighborhood where they learned to play. Serena was devastated. She struggled to play, to focus, to care about tennis. Why does any of this matter? She thought. She took time away from tennis, grieved, healed slowly. When she came back, she played for Yetunde. Every match, every win, a tribute to her sister. Serena also faced injuries, serious ones, blood clots in her lungs, a knee surgery, a foot injury that required multiple operations. Doctors said she might never play again. "Watch me," Serena said. She came back, every single time, stronger, more determined, more unstoppable. Chapter 5. Fighting for Equality. Serena didn't just fight on the court. She fought for change off it, too. Women's tennis players earned less than men, much less. For the same work, the same tournaments, Serena spoke up. "This isn't right," she said. "We work just as hard. We deserve equal pay." Tennis officials resisted. "Men's tennis draws more viewers," they said. Serena and Venus kept pushing. Finally, in 2007, Wimbledon agreed. Equal prize money for men and women. Other tournaments followed. A huge victory for women's sports. But Serena faced other battles too. Umpires treated her differently than other players.
gave her violations for things others got away with, fined her for showing emotion, for questioning calls, for being herself. At the 2018 U.S. Open, Serena argued with an umpire. He gave her multiple violations, took away points, eventually cost her the match. Male players argued with umpires all the time. They called them names, threw rackets, got warnings maybe, but never what Serena got. After the match, Serena spoke out. "This is not fair," she said. "There's a double standard." Some people agreed. Others criticized her. But Serena started a conversation about race, about gender, about how female athletes are treated. Chapter 6. Becoming a Mother. In 2017, Serena won the Australian Open, her 23rd Grand Slam title. She was 8 weeks pregnant. Nobody knew. She beat her sister Venus in the final, while carrying a baby. That's how powerful Serena was. Later that year, she gave birth to her daughter, Olympia. But the birth was traumatic. Serena nearly died. Blood clots in her lungs, emergency surgery, weeks of recovery. It was terrifying. Serena spoke publicly about her experience, about Black maternal mortality rates, how doctors don't listen to Black women, how she had to fight for her own care, even as a wealthy, famous athlete. Her voice helped change conversations about pregnancy care, about listening to mothers, about racial disparities in healthcare. Becoming a mother changed Serena. She had new priorities, new perspectives, but she still wanted to compete, to win, to show the world mothers are not finished. Mothers are not less. Mothers are warriors. Chapter 7. The final chapter. Serena returned to tennis after giving birth. It wasn't easy. Her body had changed. She struggled to find her rhythm. Reached 4 Grand Slam finals. Lost them all. People said she was done, past her prime, should retire. But Serena kept fighting. Not just for herself, for every mother who was told she was finished. For every Black woman fighting for respect. For every girl who needed to see that you can be a champion and a mother and yourself all at the same time. In 2022, Serena announced her retirement. Evolving away from tennis, she called it. At 41 years old, after 27 years of professional tennis, her final tournament was the U.S. Open. The same tournament where she won her first title at 17. Thousands of people came to see her. Not just tennis fans, people who had never watched tennis. They came to say thank you for inspiring them, for breaking barriers, for refusing to be small. Serena didn't win her last tournament, but that wasn't the point anymore. She had already won everything that mattered. Closing. The legacy of a champion. Serena Williams changed tennis forever, but she changed more than that. She changed how we see athletes, how we see women, how we see mothers. She proved that power is beautiful, that confidence is not arrogance, that Black women belong everywhere, especially at the top. She faced racism her entire career, sexism her entire career, body shaming her entire career. And she kept winning anyway. 23 Grand Slam titles, more than any player in the Open era. But numbers don't capture her impact. The little black girls who picked up tennis rackets because they saw Serena. The mothers who went back to work because Serena showed them they could. The women who spoke up for equal pay because Serena led the way. Serena once said, "I really think a champion is defined not by their wins, but how they can recover when they fall." She fell many times, lost matches, faced injuries, dealt with tragedy, nearly died giving birth. But she always got back up, always fought again, always showed the world what a true champion looks like. Thank you for joining us today. Remember Serena's lesson. You are powerful. You are enough. You belong. Don't let anyone make you small. Use your power. Stand tall. Be yourself. Subscribe to Begin English Like Lifelong Echoes for more inspiring stories. Until next time, keep fighting, keep rising, keep winning.